We have had a lot of really wonderful undergrads in the lab, and so it's quite hard to stand out from that pack that we've had so far. And so Wenzhe is definitely a standout. The thing that stands out to me about Wenzhe is just how tenacious she is with her research. She's been able to maintain, a stellar GPA, I think almost a perfect GPA, with a double major, and yet I see her here performing research pretty much every day of the week. We study one motor protein in particular called cytoplasmic dynein. One very common analogy we like to make here is these molecular motors, and dynein is one such motor, are analogous to the postal delivery systems that we have at the macro level that we're all used to seeing. And so these motors are essentially postal delivery trucks that can pick up cargo from one part of the cell and transport it and drop it off to a destination somewhere else inside of that cell.
Dynein is big, it's complicated, and it has so many different functions. How is it possible for dynein to do so many functions? It needs help. And it turns out that there are a huge amount of adapter proteins that can bind to dynein and help it to function the way that it's doing. I'm studying two different types of adapter proteins called noodle and list1. Noodle, it binds to dynein and it helps it to fall off from the microtubule. So basically, it lets dynein to just drive away from the highway. On the other hand, list1, when it binds to dynein, it lets dynein to stay and stop on the microtubule. Why do we have these two entirely different proteins? And it turns out that these two proteins actually interact with each other, which is just even more fascinating to me, because we had two proteins that do completely different things to dynein, and they interact.
This intracellular movement or transport is absolutely critical for essentially all eukaryotic life. When that process goes awry, it leads to various forms of human ailments. In particular, you have neurodevelopmental problems, so the nervous system doesn't develop properly. Or you have, on the other hand, you get a lot of neurodegenerative problems. So the nervous system is not able to maintain its health throughout the lifespan of the organism. Wenzhe in particular strikes me as very passionate about her research. You can see it in the fact that she's here in the lab performing research on a daily basis, despite the fact that she has a double major and a 4.0 average.
Receiving the Baskin award is really a big encouragement to me. I double major in bioscience and psychology, and sometimes I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. I have my curiosity in biology, and I really think that winning Baskin award is a big encouragement for me. I think it really helped me to set up my mind to pursue a graduate degree as well.